Okay guys, welcome to the Talking News, and I have some really bad news on the Andreen McDonald case. Sorry I was a little bit late getting to it. So the judge really drops bail a considerable amount. Andreen McDonald has been in Bexar County jail since March 3rd. So the judge decides that Andreen McDonald $2 million bail would be reduced to $300,000. So today, during the bail hearing, Judge Frank J. Castro Court, Andreen McDonald's attorney John argued that the original bail was excessive given the charges. Prosecutors countered, stating that McDonald is a threat and a flight risk, asking that the original bail amount remain. And if you can believe it or not, the district attorney's office chief of litigation said the agency respects the judge's decision. What is wrong with people? In fact, they said if they wanted him to remain with a $2 million bail, that they should have had better charges against him. I do not agree with that, not in the slightest bit, because they know he had just tried to purchase he did purchase a gun and ammo. So they were arguing over the fact that the bond needs to consider the assets that the defendant has available to him and the seriousness of the crime, the risk that the community he's to the community and flight and anything else you can think of. It's a dangerous scenario. It really is, letting him get out of jail. His Andre's attorney says, "I'm happy that the judge saw fit to seriously reduce the bond from $2 million to $300,000. I think it's a victory for the Constitution and a victory for all of us. It's not the victory we wanted, but we thought that, to lower the bond perhaps in the neighborhood of $50,000 to $75,000. He says that would be more adequate." Okay, so this guy has some balls. Okay, if you're not familiar with the story, I suggest to go look at my videos that I previously loaded on here. I'm going to go over it quickly. So his wife ended up she was missing. And police investigated the home, and on Saturday afternoon, the investigators noticed that McDonald's garage door had been ripped off its tracks, according to court documents. The same investigator, good Lord, if I can talk here, followed Andreen McDonald to a gun shop where Andreen McDonald purchased a firearm and a significant amount of ammunition, which he would not need if they suspected he was going to commit suicide. So at that point, the investigators say that Saturday's deputies took McDonald into custody after the gun purchase out of concern for his mental health. The weird thing about this is when he was in the gun shop, something must have had spooked him or something, because police said he rushed out of the gun shop, leaving behind his ID and a gun, leaving the place only with ammo. Okay, so while Andre is, with the cops, there is a bunch of other investigators at his house, and they find a shovel in Andreen's car, Porsche. Something that, wasn't there, they say, during the previous search of the home. Now, investigators also found a fire pit that wasn't there during the previous searches. There was a fire pit originally there where they found a zipper, but when they come back for the second search, they found a new burn pit, which I feel is a distraction from whatever he was really doing. Now, investigators also say that they think that the second fire pit was used to get rid of papers and other items. They also found heavy coveralls that appeared to have been worn and a claw hammer with woody plant debris on it, which ended up leading to his arrest on March 3rd. So I'm not going to include everything on this. Like I said, I have videos I've already done on this story that you can go back and refer to. Right now, I want to run a clip for you
of some of the evidence against Andreen McDonald. You may remember the case. Bexar County Sheriff's investigators believe that he played a role in the disappearance of his wife, Andreen McDonald. She's been missing for about a month now, and they believe she is dead. Right now, Andre is only charged with evidence tampering, and today, Judge Frank Castillo reduced his bond from $2 million down to $300,000. Our Joe Galley was there in the courtroom, joins us live now from the jail. So, Joe, is Andre still in jail right now?
Randy, Andreen McDonald remains behind bars at this moment. He has not started the bond process. And the judge told prosecutors earlier today if they wanted to keep the bond so high, they should have charged him with something else.
He is the 1%er of San Antonio. He is not the normal defendant. There's nothing normal about this case.
Andreen McDonald was given something to smile about, a massive bond reduction. Evidence from both the defense and prosecution shows he might have enough cash to come up with the 10% needed to bond out.
I think that's kind of a victory for the Constitution and victory for all of us.
The prosecution argued he's a flight risk and a danger since he bought a gun, panicked, and left the gun at the store shortly after his wife, Andreen McDonald, went missing.
He is clearly tampering with evidence in the middle of a missing persons investigation with his wife as the missing person, and then buying a gun under those circumstances is a scary thing.
Andreen McDonald's defense argues his client is not being uncooperative with investigators. He's simply invoking his constitutional right not to say anything. Prosecutors showed pictures of some of the evidence, including blood on the walls, the axe, the shovel, and trash bags Andreen McDonald allegedly bought after his wife disappeared, and the receipts for those items that he allegedly tried to destroy.
Why did he buy the gardening tools?
Well, I'm not sure. I mean, we're going to have to wait and see what the investigation reveals.
Now, there are a few conditions that come along with this bond. Number one, he's not going to be able to return to the home where the alleged evidence tampering happened. He'll have to wear a GPS monitor. Wherever he ends up staying, he'll only be allowed to go there and to work, and he's also not allowed to have any contact with his 6-year-old daughter. Back to you.
All right, Joe, thank you.
Okay, it just looks like authorities kind of screwed up on this one, don't it? So they got the shovel that they're showing here. They're showing the evidence of the blood on the wall and where he had gone to purchase a gun. They have all these crazy things that he's doing. His wife is missing, and the law is working more for Mr. McDonald than it is for Andreen. And that is devastating. You know, we could sit there and ask ourselves, do we think, you know, is there a possibility that we could be wrong and he's innocent? But I mean, think about it. It looked like he was playing a game with police because the first search, they come up with blood splatters and a fire pit. The second search, there was a shovel in her car. And it just seems like he's playing a game with the police. I think he thinks it's funny. And the most scary thing about it is the gun that he tried to purchase with a considerable amount of ammo. Okay, so what could he possibly do now? He's being tracked by GPS. He's on house arrest. He can only go to work. He can't be around his daughter or his home. Well, I think it's dangerous. I think he's putting somebody else's lives on the line. Of course, the judge's hands were tied. As they mentioned, they really didn't have the right charges in order to keep him in jail longer. I could tell that this attorney was going to be aggressive, and he is. So Andre's got a good attorney, it looks like. So what does this mean now that he can afford to get out of jail, possibly? So we learned that they dropped his bond from $2 million to $300,000. That means that he only needs $30,000 and he can get out of jail. And with that smile he had on his face, it seems like he's pretty sure he's getting out. I mean, you wouldn't make a smile like that if you wasn't sure of something. Now, I'm going to make another video. This is just a quick video to update people if they're, if they're not able to look the stuff up themselves. And we'll go over more details as I have more time to look into it. Right now, there's not much out there. But, poor Andreen. I mean, this is just a kick in her face to her. I cannot believe this is happening. So, and what's really odd about it is Andreen's family they're not angry with him, is what I've heard, and that he is still a part of their family. Okay, guys, I was recording this on the go. It's hard to get this recorded tonight, and I hope this helped update a few people, and it was helpful. And let's all pray for Andreen. At least hope the best for her family. So, all right, guys, I'll see you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like.